Hello everyone and welcome to another YouTube devlog. So before we start talking about making a game, let's talk about two great old games. Snatcher and Police Notes, two great classics. If you play them, you probably remember the joy of getting into a great deep visual novel. Even if some of the content in the games have not aged as gracefully, they are still fun to play. But one might say these games were not completely original content. These games borrowed heavily from all kinds of media, movies, games, history and current events. Even if it might not make sense for the type of games they were making at the time, if the creator could squeeze in something they liked, it made it into the game. After all, the most important thing is that the game is entertaining for the player. Snatcher is a big game for the MSX. The world building is incredible. Lots of text for everything in the game, even the objects that are not important for the story. So a big part of this game will be to put a lot of details and personality into everything of interest. If the player's persona dislikes apples, it's important that a curious player have the chance to explore the backstory for these strong dislikes of apples. So what is this game about? Staying on the retro theme, we follow a day or two in the life of a deadbeat cop in what could be the late 80s New York. Our cop is the cop from every movie and every TV show at the time, but these days will change his life forever. So the tools I will be using will mostly consist of free software. Krita and Blender for art, Audacity for sound, Twine for the story, and for the engine I will probably code it in Python. A strong alternative is to use the excellent RenPy, but RenPy is more suitable for modern projects than what I'm after. To really keep the retro feel for the art, the game will use low-res graphics and integer scaling, but use 16:9 aspect ratio with a display resolution of 320x180. The game will follow a couple of simple rules. It must be easy to play, must be portable, have a strong sense of nostalgia, good and bad, lots of story and flavor, no real-time combat or quick-time events, you must play the game in your own pace, no dead-end puzzles, you can't paint yourself into a corner, you must always be able to complete the game, and no pixel hunting. I have started to structure the game of the two main commands. The commands are look and interact. For example, the player can look at an apple and the scene will stay the same. The player can interact with the apple and the scene will change. But there is an exception to this rule. If the player is caught staring at, let's say, some sensitive documents, an NPC might take notice and inform the player about it. If you made it this far, I want to thank you for watching. It's a long road ahead, so follow along as I make this love letter to strange old games.